In the glittering, drama-filled universe of reality television, where alliances form and shatter like waves against a rocky shore, a new chapter of intrigue has unfolded involving two of Bravo's most charismatic personalities, Captain Jason Chambers from Below Deck Down Under, and Heather Gay from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. The Australian skipper, known for his rugged charm, salt-sprayed hair and unflappable command of luxury yachts navigating treacherous seas, has stepped into the spotlight once again, not for a daring rescue at sea or a tense crew mutiny, but to emphatically deny a steamy allegation that has sent ripples through the Bravo fandom. The claim, dropped like a bombshell during a recent episode of RHLC, suggested that Gay and Chambers had shared an intimate encounter, or as she colorfully put it, knocked knees during a trip to Sydney. But Chambers, ever the steady hand on the helm, has charted a clear course away from the gossip, insisting that their connection was nothing more than a platonic friendship forged in the fires of shared laughter and Bravo camaraderie. To understand the full weight of this denial, one must first sail back to the origins of the rumor, which bubbled up during a sun-soaked, alcohol-fueled yacht charter in the idyllic Grenadines. Gay, the sharp-witted, resilient matriarch of Salt Lake City's elite social circle, was orchestrating a group getaway with her fellow housewives, including the ever-candid Brittany Bateman. The episode painted a vivid picture of opulent escapism, crystal-clear turquoise waters lapping against the hull of a superyacht, champagne flutes clinking under the Caribbean sun, and the kind of unfiltered conversations that only arise when inhibitions are as loose as the sails on a downwind run. As the women lounged on deck, Bateman, who had openly expressed a flirtatious interest in Chambers earlier in the trip, confronted Gay about perceived canoodling between the housewife and the captain. What followed was a moment of raw, confessional vulnerability that Bravo viewers live for. Gay, perhaps emboldened by one too many sunset spritzes, let slip that she and Chambers had a history, cryptically adding, "We've ked around before. It's like there's nothing there." The room, or rather the deck, fell into a stunned hush, with Bateman pressing for clarification on the exact nature of this ked around dynamic. Gay, quick on her feet even inebriated, pivoted to emphasize their friendship, suggesting it granted her a certain latitude in interactions. But the damage was done. The confession hung in the air like the humid tropical breeze, ripe for dissection in confessionals and fan forums alike. Gay herself seemed to reel from the overshare in the aftermath, pleading with producers in a confessional booth to excise the moment from the final cut. "I said that? Serious face? You can't use that," she lamented, her face a mask of regret. "I don't know why I said that to her. Delete. Delete." It was a classic Bravo pivot, the thrill of the spill followed by the scramble to contain it, all while the audience leaned in closer, hungry for more. Enter Captain Jason Chambers, the 52-year-old Aussie icon whose life on the high seas has made him a fan favorite since Below Deck Down Under first dropped anchor in 2022. With his easy grin, tattooed arms that speak of adventures untold, and a leadership style that's equal parts firm and fatherly, Chambers embodies the allure of the yachting world, a realm where the ultra-wealthy escape their landlocked lives, and crew members navigate not just charts but egos and romances. His appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Bravo's late-night confessional for its stars, was primed for this very confrontation. Host Andy Cohen, the puckish ringmaster of the network's empire, wasted no time in lobbing the grenade. How did Chambers feel upon hearing Gay's revelation? The captain, ever the tease, initially dodged with a wink and a nod to Sydney's notorious hedonism. "We hung out in Sydney, as you know, down there for Bravo. You've been to Sydney before for the Mardi Gras. What happens in Sydney stays in Sydney, you know." It was a masterful deflection, evoking images of the city's vibrant harborside parties, where the line between professional networking and personal revelry blurs under neon lights and thumping bass. But as fellow guest Daisy Kelleher, Chambers' sharp-tongued stew from the upcoming season of Below Deck Down Under, leaned in with a knowing smile, interpreting his words as tacit confirmation, the captain steered firmly back to reality. "No, it's not true. It's not true," he declared, his tone light but unequivocal. Yet, in true Bravo fashion, he softened the shutdown with warmth. "But what a friendship. Beautiful people. So funny and had such a good time hanging out with them, and I'm glad that the friendship built so that they wanted to come on the boat for a charter." It was a diplomatic masterstroke, denying the romance without dismantling the rapport, preserving the cross-show chemistry that Bravo thrives on. Chambers' words painted a picture of genuine camaraderie, the kind that blooms when disparate worlds collide. The high society scheming of Salt Lake colliding with the sun-baked hierarchies of yacht life. This crossover wasn't born in a vacuum. The Sydney Hangout Chambers reference traces back to a Bravo-organized event, likely a promotional jaunt or cast retreat, where the RHSLC women, Gay and her cohort Whitney Rose chief among them, descended on the Australian harbour city. Chambers, in a February interview at the Page 6 studio in New York, had already gushed about the experience. "I had to spend 4 days with them. Those two together, it's like a comedy show," he recalled of Gay and Rose. "I could not stop laughing. We had a lot of fun. It made everything a whole lot better." He singled out Gay as a crack-up. "She's funny," highlighting her quick wit and unpretentious vibe, qualities that have endeared her to RHSLC audiences since her debut in Season 1. Gay, 51, has navigated the show's treacherous terrain with grace and grit, from the infamous black eye mystery of Season 3 to her unyielding loyalty amid the group's shifting sands, emerging as a beacon of authenticity in a franchise often criticized for its artifice. The implications of this rumor ripple far beyond a single episode's drama. In the interconnected Bravoverse, where Winterhouse hookups bleed into Southern Charm storylines and Vanderpump Rules scandals echo across pods, such claims fuel the network's addictive ecosystem. For Chambers, whose below-deck tenure has been marked by professional triumphs, like captaining through cyclones, and personal milestones, including his candid battle with skin cancer, this sideshow underscores the double-edged sword of fame. His denial reaffirms his image as the reliable captain, not the tabloid Casanova, potentially shielding him from unwanted scrutiny as Season 3 of Below Deck Down Under looms. For Gay, it's a reminder of the perils of liquid courage on camera. Her confessional plea to delete echoes the vulnerability that makes her relatable, even as it invites armchair analysis.